Hey, I'm William.
I'm Josh, and we are here in the BRStv studio right in front of the 3XL 900, and we're going to do something big today.
That's right. We've both been taking care of this tank for a while, and today is the day we're going to take it down. We've had lots of questions about how do you take a tank down, how do you transfer all the livestock to a new system, so that's what we're doing today.
Absolutely. We've got a lot of implements of destruction, and we're going to walk you through it one step at a time.
So this is one of the two tanks that we're going to be transferring all the livestock into. This guy here is an Aquaforce Ocean Guard 435. Inside, we have a bunch of Marco rock that has been sitting in a vat for about 2 years now, along with a bunch of original grade Ocean Direct and a Giesman Verb Pro.
And I'm over here holding down our second tank, which is a Max Spec Lagoon 99 gallon. Also has pre-cycled Marco rock for the aquascape, and we're using Max Spec Biosand for our substrate. Now, it may sound a little bit obvious, but the first thing we're going to do on this tank transfer is we're going to cut all power. And once we've got all the pumps and the lights off, it'd be a really good time to protect your floors with either a painting mat or some old towels that you have laying around. We're also going to be using some step ladders today because this is a very tall tank.
That's right, but those aren't the only tools we need. We got some really thick gloves for the nasty critters in here. We got some rock breaking tools because we don't want to transfer any of the old rocks into the new systems. And we got some fragging stuff for all the corals in the tank. All right, we got power off. We left the lights on so we can see what we're doing. What's next, Josh?
We're going to drain this tank.
So we're lowering the water here in the tank. And as it's happening, a bunch of these corals are becoming exposed. So we want to make sure that we're going to grab these corals and transfer them soon so that they don't dry out. So the first piece we have here is actually a torch coral, and you can see I'm holding it upside down. That's just so the polyps don't crush themselves. But we're gonna be putting it in this Max Spec tank here, which is our high flow, high light environment. And torches are gonna just do great in that. So we're gonna set it right down in the sand here to allow it to acclimate to this new system. And eventually we'll be adding it to the rockwork.
All right, we're gonna try and get this acro colony off of the rock. But it is a solid piece, so we are gonna instead go for this torch coral.
I'm grabbing this coal coral next. It's the home of our clownfish, so they'll be reunited shortly.
Got a loose one, so these are all gonna go to their new home. All right, so we've got this Parietes here that just came out of the 900. So you can see it's got a lot of shaded area that's dead. So we are just gonna use some bone cutters and trim it up. It'll frag a bit, but that just means more coral down the road, so no big sweat. Exploded.
That definitely goes that way sometimes.
There we go. Get these Parietes back into their new home.
All right, we got this one here. This is the acro that Josh just pulled out. And we're not gonna wanna add any of the rocks to the tank, so we're gonna do our best to break it off without damaging the coral. You wanna give me a hand here?
I can give you a hand. I will hold.
One shot. Look at that, nice clean break, and then it goes right into the tank. So we got a gigs clam in here, and there's some precautions you want to take when moving a clam. They don't do especially great in oxygen or in the air, and so you're going to want to burp it when you get to your new system. Next up, we're gonna move this leather coral. So sometimes your corals encrust onto the rock and you're gonna have to get some bone cutters in there to get them out. So we got the tank down to its bare bones, just the corals encrusted onto the rocks here. So it's time to break some rocks. Here you go, Josh.
Got it. All right, so when you're getting encrusting corals off of your rock, don't be afraid to actually break the coral, because it will happen. A lot of times you don't need a lot of force, but sometimes you do. Wow, there we go. High float. Oh, hey, buddy. Let's get you home. When you're doing your tank transfer, definitely don't want to get aiptasia into your new system. So if you see something like this on your old rock, don't transfer it to the new tank.
I mean, that's an aiptasia, that giant thing. And all of these are aiptasia. So we found this giant serpent star in the rockwork here. Great cleanup crew. Let's get him back in the tanks.
All right, so since this is kind of a big, fast-growing chalice, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to break off 2 big pieces for us to keep in our tanks, and the rest I'm going to give away back out in the office. All right, so we have been having a lot of trouble with this particular chalice in the 900 for many, many years. It'll die back, come back, die back, grow back again. And as we were fragging it, we found these really aggressive sponges on the underside, so maybe that was the cause.
Okay, so the only thing left right now is some zoanthids and some mushrooms. And so you gotta pay extra attention when you're dealing with zoanthids. Make sure you wear some proper PPE. The chemicals inside of these guys are actually really toxic, so you don't wanna get any in or on you. There we go, we got some chunks. They're gonna go right into the tank. This little guy is exactly why you need to wear gloves. We have a few acros in the back actually that are attached to the black glass. I'm gonna do my best to get it off of the glass. Now, usually it doesn't go too well, but we got a scraper here, so we're gonna give it a go. Well, there we go. Looks like we got a pretty big plate. This is gonna be our keeper piece here.
All right, so we've got the coral out of the tank. Siphon is running. Let's do some fishing.
So it's really important that we're doing this relatively quickly, as once you turn the tank off, you have a limited time before the oxygen runs out in there. So I just caught our mated blood shrimp pair here, and something really cool, first time I've ever seen it, the female's buried. That means she's gonna lay her eggs real soon. All right, so we got all the fish, all the rock, all the coral out of here. Next, we have a few little inverts left over, but that's about it.
That's right. All we got to do now is finish siphoning out the tank, take all the equipment off, give it a good clean, and we're good to go.